Hello once more, my ladies and gentle sirs. It is time for more Neckbeard stories. I think I've kind of recovered from the last time. Anyway, this is from Reddit user Marchesa. Ooh, Marchesa. I like saying your name. I don't know why. Anyway, this is how having a neckbeard ex put me off sex for years. Oh, I'm scared already. This doesn't sound like it's going to be good. Huh. So I was just an insecure 16-year-old, and he's a 19-year-old college student. Oh, there's your warning sign. I thought he was a man of the world. That's how he always portrayed himself. Let's call him Frank. Frank was 6'2", pretty overweight, and he actually wore a fucking fedora. To his credit, he actually shaved the hairs off his neck, but he wore a goatee, which looked, in retrospect, really ridiculous because of how thin his facial hair was. He was big into atheism. I knew it. I could smell it. Hated organized religion. He would always quote things like, "Religion is the opium of the masses," and other Marx quotes. He loved that shit. Oh my god, it sounds like people I know. I was kind of spiritual at the time, and he would gently mock my beliefs at times. I was a little too intimidated by his age and his big words and long sentences to go against him very strongly, but it made me uncomfortable. At the same time, he would also praise me, compliment me on my appearance, and always ask me how my days were going on chat, and he gave me a lot of attention, showered me with it even, which killed some of my initial repulsion. Eventually, he grew closer. I didn't want to date anyone at the time. I made it abundantly clear, but Frank was very persistent. Like, he would not let go. He would not take no for an answer. We met on a chat app and talked a bit, and he became a friend, a confidant, but he wanted more. "Why don't you want to have a relationship with me? Sex and all that wonderful stuff." I'm not comfortable with it because I have, body issues, feel unattractive. I just do not want to. "I'm sure I can make you feel differently. I'm sure I can change your mind. You just haven't met the right guy yet. That's why." I'm not even sure if I really like guys. I'm kind of bi, and I'm still figuring out what my sexuality even is. Well, why don't you just, leave it alone? I need time. "You're just unsure because you haven't tried things. You need to give me a try. Take a chance. You may be uncertain now, but I promise I will make you feel at ease. I will make you feel good. Come to Butthead." I had to. This went on back and forth, back and forth, back and forth for a long time. He would just push, insist, whine, and fucking complain. He never knew how to take no for an answer. And honestly, that's kind of weak. I was and am terribly insecure, especially in those days. Part of me really needed the affirmation, the confirmation, and all the validation. And he seemed to worship the ground I walked on. He kept calling me his goddess. "Goddess, please. Goddess this. Goddess that." It was weird and funny and kind of messed up, but somehow I guess it got to me? I don't know. One night I'm in tears. I'm heavily bullied for being a foreigner, and I felt so alone, so sad. I'm sleeping over at a friend's house, or I was supposed to, but things went wrong. I had to leave. I had a panic attack, and I didn't know where to go. I'm lost. I couldn't possibly go home, so I called him. I felt safe with him for all his pushy and bad attitudes because he was, someone who seemed to try. Someone who liked me for who I was. I called him up in tears, barely able to form coherent sentences, and he told me to calm down, keep breathing. He'd pick me up in his car. So he did, and brought me from the sidewalk I was on to his apartment. Once there, he hugged me, and "You look like you need a hug," he said as we cuddled a bit, and I was calmer now. He poured us wine. Oh, no. I had never drank much yet, but he insisted. He said it was good for me, so I drink, and he keeps pouring and talking and pouring. I don't like where this is going. After a while, a couple of glasses down, midway through the second bottle, he starts kissing me. He's a pretty bad kisser, but I go along with it because at least someone wants me. He starts touching, and I push his hand away, but he continues anyway. I'm not ready. If you keep this up, you'll never be. Just let me do my thing. I don't want to. Please stop. So he continues, on and on. My shirt goes off. The bra. It's my most dreaded moment. For all my life, I've been so insecure about how I look, and he just stares. I watch his face, his expression. Suddenly it's as if he's turned off. So I cover myself. What's wrong? Oh, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. What's wrong? No, I read it right. I'm just so off-put by all this. What's wrong with your nipples? What do you mean? They're like huge. What the fuck? Oh, okay. I can get through this. So I put my clothes back on fast as hell and get the fuck out of his apartment. Even in my drunk state, I blocked him everywhere. I never wanted to see him again, and I never did. But he really fucked up my self-esteem big time. Oh, that hurt. Oh, fuck. That was like getting punched in the kidney. Okay. So this has many things that just kind of made Moonhorse really not happy. I mean, for fuck's sake, dude. First off, age. I don't give a fuck what the legal limit is in whatever state you're in. If you're fucking up, if you're like 19, 20, if you're an adult, what the actual fuck are you doing? That is a 16-year-old child. Fuck you. You're a fucking freak. Secondly, you just found out that someone who you claim to care about is deeply emotional, very upset, and your answer is, I'm going to pour 4 bottles of wine down your throat and try to fuck you. You are fucking scum. Holy shit. Okay. And then, of course, the icing on the fucking cake. You go through all this shit to basically make sure that this girl is so fucked up that you could ply your way into her fucking under her clothes like the slimy little shit you are. What's wrong with you? You don't look like how I want you to. Fucking hell, bro. Oh, I'm glad she blocked him. I'm glad she did. Personally, your friend Moonhorse might have hit him with something blunt. Repeatedly. But, that's just me. Oh, fuck, I hate this kind of shit. Because I've been in those situations where somebody says they're all into you, but it turns out they're not into you. They just want something from you, and then it makes you feel like shit once they get it because they don't actually care. And this is, I mean, to do that to a 16-year-old, you slimy piece of shit. Ugh. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you enjoyed this video, like, comment, and subscribe, and I have a Patreon, and I'm really angry right now. I gotta go. I gotta go hit something really hard. Okay. Goodbye.